You are live. Hey, everybody. This is Crystal from Big Sexy Chat, and this is my Big Sexy Chat Unplugged, which gives me an opportunity to do more interviews with other people in our fat community. And today we have the always lovely Marcy from co-owner of Plus Bus in the LA area. Hi, Marcy.
Hello. Marvy's actually kind of a cute name. Like you could name your child Marvelous and then it could
Yes,
be Marvy. But yes, my name is Marcy. Thank you so much for having me, Crystal.
of
You're
course.
such a pillar of the community, and I just love all of your continued efforts to connect people and talk about issues. And so I'm just excited to be here.
Yeah, me too. Thank you. I also want to just mention to people who are watching this in the replay that you're welcome to still ask us questions. Just put them in the comments, and I'll definitely make an effort for the next couple of days to go around and see if there's any questions we didn't answer. And yeah, just put them in the comments, and I'll pay attention to them. So welcome to everybody who's listening to the replay, and welcome to everybody who's here live with us. Thank you so much, Marcy. Tell everybody about your boutique.
Well, I own a boutique called The Plus Bus with Jen Wilder. We have a brick and mortar here in Los Angeles, California. And I mean, honestly, this is very much a labor of love for the plus community. We believe we deserve somewhere to shop and to feel amazing and to be centered. And so we sell clothes size 12 and up. And we offer an in-person styling experience where you can come and try on all of the amazing brands that are mostly available online in person. And we are open every single day of the week. And we just absolutely love our fat community. We really do this for the people. Like, you know what I mean? It really is, like I say, it is a labor of love. It is still very much a small business. It is still very much a blood, sweat, and tears, sweat equity, and very much bra strapped evolution here situation. But we sell clothes. That's what we do. And but we really are selling you a lot more than that. We're selling you on the idea that you don't have to change anything about your body to live the life that you want. And so we
Exactly.
start with your style, and that's what we do here.
But you don't sell anything new, do you?
We do. I mean, we sell anything. I mean, we really will sell anything related to plus size. So whether it's jewelry, it's belts, it's clothing. What we have in store, it is mostly previously owned,
Mhm.
but a lot of it's new with tags because most of us shop online,
Yeah.
and then we get stuff and it doesn't fit, and then we don't return it, and then it comes to the plus bus. We also have retail partners, so we occasionally will do pop-ups with indie brands, or we have brands like Bloom Chic and Pretty Little Thing that will send us overstock. So you can find a lot of things here from Forever 21 to fancy, from
Yeah.
vintage to, fast fashion.
Awesome. So tell everybody where you are.
So we're in Northeast LA. It's called Highland Park. And for many people, they'll recognize brands like New Works and Big Bud Press, who are our neighbors. It's
Oh,
a really great retail district, and it's just a perfect little afternoon to come shopping, have some lunch, and go to the Plus Bus.
you said Big Butt Press?
Not Big Butt, Big Bud, but
Okay.
they are kind of like a norm core brand. They have about 6 stores across the country,
Okay.
and they go up to a size 7X, I believe. So a really inclusive brand. And we also have New Works, which goes up to like a 5X, although it's more like a 3X.
Mhm.
But it is nice to be on a street with more than one inclusive store
Heck
where you
yeah.
can really make a little afternoon of it.
There used to be a mall here called Eastridge Mall, and they had like 4 stores where you could shop if you were over a size 20. Of course, they don't have that anymore, but I miss that. I'm like, oh, I
We
mean,
used we used to have that in LA too. Fox Hills Mall used to have like City Chic, Lane Bryant, Torrid, Ashley Stewart. But the malls are dying. Brick and mortar
oh
is dying.
yeah.
We're hanging on by a thread. And
Yeah, and then also they had 4 stores at the mall, but then across the street there was an Avenue. So I could go back over and get some Avenue clothes, which I think
nice.
all the Avenue brick and mortars are gone, aren't they?
The one near me that I remember in Cerritos is gone, but I mean, yeah, brick and mortar is hanging on. I mean, I tell my husband all the time, like, you don't need to order Q-tips on Amazon. Go to Walgreens because
Yeah.
I want Walgreens to exist forever. It's actually secretly my favorite store, outside of the Plus Bus. But yeah, I mean, we're hanging on here. We're doing everything we can to keep the lights on because for us, that's our act of fat liberation. That's our
Yeah,
resistance. It's just kind of keeping it going here and being a beacon that you can be fat and be fabulous on a street in LA. But it's
absolutely.
obviously not cheap. So yeah, brick and mortar is definitely very much something that we want to keep going, but it's a struggle in 2024.
I did it for 5 years. And one of the things that really hurt my business is that I had, the laundry store, excuse me, but suddenly Amazon Prime was, very popular on the East Coast and the West Coast. And then they did a thing where you could pay once a month. And then suddenly everybody started in the middle of the country started adopting Amazon Prime too. And then, you know, the rest.
Yeah,
It's like,
I do. And how you spend your money matters. And when you think
yeah,
about who you're giving your money to, it's like I like to say, it's like you really are, when you're spending money at the Plus Bus, you are paying for our families to survive, and you are paying for us to keep doing this. Like, we do a happy dance whenever we get an order. It's not, Jeff Bezos is not doing a happy dance every time he gets an order, but Amazon, it's hard because it's like we're in a time where it's like capitalism is the devil, and
instant.
it's really hard. But yeah, I mean, we ship as fast as we can because I do feel like we are fighting with Amazon. But to get anything plus size, most brands take like 10 days. So
Yeah.
it's a crazy time.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I hate returning shit. So I drive around with it in my car for like 2 months. And I tell myself, Crystal, that's cash. That when you return that, it's going to go right back on your credit card. You can just take that to Kohl's. It'll just give you a credit instantly. But I just drive around with it in my car for like 2 or 3 months.
Well, drive it down here to the Plus Bus, and then you can get store credit and turn it into something else.
I know.
That is really the customer that we're sort of appealing to as far as who is getting. We do trades for store credit. So if you've heard of Buffalo Exchange, Crossroads, Plato's Closet, that's what the Plus Bus is, and we exactly do that. We take the things in your trunk that you meant to return, or and you're past the window, and we turn them into cash.
Thank you. I need you. So you all were doing a lot of live sales during the shutdown, right? Are you doing those anymore?
I mean, we do as much live streaming as we can. We do a lot to Instagram stories. Like, I have some amazing pieces on my Instagram stories today. But, as with all businesses, this last year and a half has been a real struggle. Small businesses are struggling.
Yeah.
And so as we've had to cut back on our team, which was a super unfortunate reality of living in modern times, we've been able to stream less. But we still do, we're doing tons of content. We're all over the socials. So if you want to shop from us and you are not in LA, I would say Instagram is the best place to find us.
Yeah.
And put those notifications on so you do know when we go live.
Are you also a personal stylist?
I played one on TV, but everyone that works at the Plus Bus is a personal stylist. I always say that, like, when someone walks in the door here, they probably drove more than 30 minutes in LA traffic. They have intended to spend money, right? If they've come here, they found parking, they're in the door. And with brick and mortar, it's like turning that sort of I'm just browsing customer into a sale. Especially with a plus size consumer, it's really hands-on. You got to come to the Plus Bus knowing you're going to try on clothes, be in a comfortable outfit, be in the mindset, having had a good lunch, be caffeinated, because we will really help you and style you and help you find the treasures. But I think because so many of us are like so used to having one rack at a store, when you come into a store and there's 15 racks and they're all plus, it can be really overwhelming. But absolutely, we do personal styling. I can even do it virtually. And if you're someone that really wants that personal attention, yes, absolutely slide into my DMs and I can style you. But no more celebrities for me.
Yeah.
None of that anymore.
There for a while, huh?
Yeah, I mean, styling is, you really have to love it if you're going to do it professionally. And so much of it is doing exactly what you just said you hated: returns.
Yes, returning shit. When I had my store here in San Jose, I would have people tell me, "Oh, this is the third time I've come to your parking lot. But today I got brave enough to come inside." I was like, "Girl, we're all fat here. We're going to make you comfortable. We're going to hug you if you want to hug, and you're going to be around a bunch of other rad fatties." But they just get nervous to come into, like, well, my store and sex toys. But yeah, they're like, "Oh, it took me 3 times to finally come in the door." I was like, "Oh."
I get a lot of that. I get a lot of, I've driven by a million times. I've been following you for years. Oh, where are you from? Oh, just Pasadena. I'm like, oh. I understand when people are from the West Side, because, it is, LA traffic is a bitch. But we need we need our fats to come and support us financially. At
Yes.
the end of the day, that's the only way that we will, really thrive and stay alive. But
Yeah.
I really understand that it's overwhelming. I was not a huge shopper myself. I think we're so traumatized by our shopping experiences
We
of,
are.
being with mom or being with friends and being relegated to the accessories. This is a story we've heard a million times,
Yeah.
This is truly a shopping experience that for the most part, I'm going to say 98% of people walk in and they are healed of some of that trauma in
Yes.
their
Trauma.
first
Yeah.
visit. Not
I,
only because, like you said, we will hug them, we
yeah.
will help them, we're happy they're here, we have clothes that fit them. And even though we may not always like get it exactly right on the first time, as far as like all of the things that you might need for that wardrobe refresh, we really do have 1,200 square feet of all plus size clothes.
That's
So
awesome.
don't be too scared, but I know people are.
I joke about this a lot on the podcast, but when I was little, basically I dressed like a professional woman who was going to work with a blazer and some gauchos and boots and accessories because that's all there was to buy really for when I was like 12 and a size, 14.
Yeah.
I dressed like a professional woman who's getting ready to go to work, and it's hilarious.
I know business casual for plus size children is definitely
It's a thing.
such a common trope. Yes, but it's real. And I really wasn't plus size till I was like in high school. I definitely think my mom thought I was fat, or I thought I
Yeah,
was maybe like a
sure.
chunky child, but I
Yeah.
really wasn't. I was still fitting into like limited two or those sort of like standard sizes. But I remember going to Lane Bryant and feeling just mortified that both my mother and my grandmother were getting jeans there, and I was.
Oh,
So we all have shopping, junk. We have it, and
yeah,
we need to heal it.
we do. Yeah. Nothing like being around other fatties to heal your trauma too. And that's the other thing I want to talk about is all the different community things that you guys do down there. And then at the end, I want to talk about FatCon. But you guys do
Mm.
so many fun things, and all your people get involved, and everybody gets in bikinis, and you go to the beach, and all kinds of fun stuff. Tell people what you have coming up.
Well, I think when it comes to healing, so much of the Plus Bus experience for me as an owner has been so healing. And that is from being around rad fatties or
Yeah.
people that are wherever they are on their journey, whether they're, the president of NAFA, like Tigress, who has been in
Yeah.
the store and actually wore something on the Time cover that she got at the Plus Bus, or they're brand new. They just heard of Fat Liberation yesterday. They just decided to buy a bigger pair of pants.
Hmm.
But for me and for Jen, it's really important to be around other fats. And
Yeah.
so, yes, we try really hard to plan and support as many community events as we can. So this summer, a couple upcoming opportunities. So, like, even as soon as Saturday, the Saturday, August 24th, we have an in-store performance by Courtney Govin, who is
Oh,
an incredible artist based in San Diego. So she reached out and was like, "Can I perform a free set at the Plus Bus?" And I'm like, "Heck yeah, you can." So she'll be here with a brand called Chouette Designs in Rio. So we're gonna have a little party on Saturday,
is she a
September.
woman of size?
Yes, yes, yes,
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
yes.
We have on September 24th, we have a pool party that if you heard about it last year, it was so epic. It
It was.
was really magical. And it's something about being around other fat people, period, but especially in your bikini,
Yeah.
is super freeing. It's like
Mhm.
lifting this weight off your
Yeah.
brain that I think for a lot of us, the amount of time that we spend thinking about our bodies takes up a lot of space. And so September 14th, we have a very, very much a luxury experience. It is an investment in your healing. But to create a private space, it does cost money. So
Yeah.
the tickets are 120, but that includes the most epic afternoon. It's going to include foods, it's going to include booze, it's going to include your gift bag, a DJ, a fashion show. We're going to have a bunch of vendors there. And the theme is brat because we're feeling very brat.
Yes, I noticed.
Um,
Marcy, you said two different dates though. So is there something going on the 24th of September or just the 14th?
August 24th, this
Okay,
Saturday, we're having
okay,
our
August
in-store
24th.
event, which is
Got it. Okay.
free, and a performance by Courtney Govin, who,
Okay,
yes, is a
got it.
gorgeous plus size artist. And then
Cool.
September 14th, the next event we have coming up is our pool party. So all that
Awesome.
info, yeah, all that info is on Instagram and all of our links and on our website. But we love creating spaces for fat people to be
Yeah.
centered, for fat beauty to be, risen to the top, and
Yeah.
of course, going to fat events, which we saw each other at FatCon, and I'm going to Philly FatCon
Oh,
first
are you?
here in
Oh,
October.
I'm so envious. Wow.
I love being in fat community. I truly,
You're so
I'm not a
amazing.
vendor at this. I'm not a speaker. I'm just going for the love of the game. And yeah, I mean, FatCon, which is coming back last weekend of January 2025, after over 10 years, maybe 14 years of going to plus size events, FatCon was truly, and you tell me what you thought, but for me, it was one of the best and most well executed events in the fat world that I've ever been to.
It was
And
great.
so, yeah, I mean, I've been counting down the days. I was like first to sign up, I think, to be a vendor, and I'm
Yeah.
helping coordinate the fashion show. So it's going to be a really, really good one. And yeah, whether you have a brand to promote or you just want to be around fat people, it is worth your time and your investment, and you will be so glad you went.
Yes, it's so much fun. I had such a blast. I met so many people that I only knew online. And then it was really funny because people would come up to us and say, I recognize your voice. Where do I know your voice from? Big Sexy Chat, probably. Oh my God. It's so fun.
I
Such
mean,
a
Crystal, did you ever leave that podcast room?
Not really, not too much,
We
no.
gotta work something out for
Yeah.
you so you can be more in the game, because it really, whether it was just like meeting people that were shopping at the booth,
Yeah.
or it was like going to the panels and the different keynotes, the Grief Cat, which was like a really fun performance.
Yeah.
Some of the performers were questionable. Some of the comics were questionable, but as you said, I feel most present and like I guess in my body, but
In your
not
body.
thinking
Yeah.
about my body. You know what I mean? When I'm in fat
We
community,
also we
and
also we often live outside of our body. I forget what you were saying earlier, the bikinis and stuff, but when I had my store, I would organize trips to my friend's local pole dancing studio, and people would be so nervous and so embarrassed, like, oh my God, people are going to see my cellulite, they're going to see how big I am, and I'm like, girl, no one's going to be paying attention to you because they're all in their own head thinking, so believe me, nobody's going to care. And also they have red light there, so it makes your skin look amazing, and everybody's in their head too. I doubt you're going to pay attention to who has cellulite, because we probably all do, who has tattoos. They just go and let all that stuff go and have fun. At the bikini or the pole dancing, whatever it is, we learned how to do like a bed dance, and a lot of us couldn't really go up the pole. Myself, I don't have that kind of core strength, but no, it was so fun. It was so fun to watch everybody just kind of come out of their shell.
And I think when you're on what I like to call a level playing field. So when everybody's fat, you're not like, do I look fat in this? You're just like,
Right.
oh, is this the best bikini for me? Do I look amazing in this? How do I feel?
Right.
Let me take my photo. It's just when you center fatness as the beauty ideal where things really start to change, I think, up here. And at the end of the day, like, this is what matters the most, because everybody's in here, right? So it's like, I don't think people are really as, obviously I know that bullying exists and crazy things happen, and those people that have had these horrible experiences, that's valid. But I think the majority of the time people really are in their own head worrying about their own self. So I mean, there's a sensual dance class hosted by Sarah Hoagland, who I've been following this class for 6 years. I just started going like 3 weeks ago, and it's very much a fat friendly space. It's very much all thick plus size women. The teacher is plus size, and it is just the most incredible thing. And we're having so much fun in moving our bodies, moving them out of joy, moving them because we can, learning a little sexy dance. And so that is put on by Thick Enterprises. I don't know if you've heard of Thick Strip.
No, I love
but
it.
But it's kind of what you're talking about. Oh my God. Most sexy, most fun strip show. They do it about once a month or quarterly here in LA. But it's all fat strippers, or body inclusive, size inclusive. So all fat community events I will go to and be at if I can.
Speaking of amazing community leaders, fat community leaders, Pucks is just saying hello to us. Yay, hi Pucks. She's on the Facebook, and she said hi, y'all.
Oh, I was like, where? I don't see
it. Sorry.
Hello to everyone watching on all the
so
different
for next FatCon, Pucks. We can't wait. And also, Marcy is going to tell you, I'm going to be selling there too, but I'm going to sell some sex toys.
Oh, very good.
I'm I have a list of the best sex toys for fat bodies, so I'm going to bring those. And
I was gonna say there's definitely like
yeah,
some specific things that we could use help with in that area. So I'm sure
absolutely.
you can curate a good group of them.
Those of us have short arms and a big tummy. I have a big tummy too, so it does kind of make it a little difficult to get all up in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It'll be nice to get to see everybody again. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot bigger this year too. So if you haven't already registered to come to FatCon, definitely check it out. It's fatcon.org and the fatcon.org on all the socials. And then there's Philly FatCon, which was, I know there's like three ladies, Adrian and I forget the other two ladies, but they created it. And Adrian used to have a store too, right? That was kind of like Plus Bus.
Curve conscious, and I
Yeah,
believe that she still does it online, but we absolutely need people no matter what area of the fat world you're in. You don't have to be a podcaster, you don't have to own a store, you can just be a fat person. We
Yes,
need your support at these events because we
do.
want them to continue to grow and to
Yep.
continue to like exist. And
Yeah.
I just have never been in a room with 300 other fat people.
It's so
It was
awesome.
just FatCon, literally, I'm telling you, was the best event that I have been at. There was enough food, which I always say is really important. You do not want to go to a fat girl event where the food runs out. There was enough space for us all. There was amazing programming.
And
If
shares
anything, way too many things that I had to like choose, you know, what to go to.
Yeah.
It was kind of the who's who of the fat world for sure. But I think that to me was inspiring to just, you know, I would kind of ask people like, what brings you here today? I'm just fat and I heard about this event. And I'm like, cool, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because you know, for us, it's a lot of effort to pack up a car full of
Oh,
clothes, drive or fly it to Seattle. And even in LA, we've gone to events where it's like people don't shop. So not only was it amazing that they gathered such an amazing amount of people, but everyone was there to support the vendors. I know that like all of the photographers, their like lists were full because they were doing amazing like portrait sessions. And then, you know, people were selling goods. I mean, we sold a lot. And for me, it's just, it is part of my healing to be in fat community.
Yeah, for sure.
It is part of my business, which is great. But it's just where I want to put my effort. You know, I still have a full-time job when there's TV to make. I still do that. But I know that for me, that how I want to spend my energy and my investment, my time, is in fat community and in creating fat events and spaces. And even with our pool party, it's like events are not money-making events, right? Unfortunately, I mean, hopefully you can pay yourself, but I think because it's so important to us, I know that like Pucks and Lori are committed to creating this space that is so needed. And that I know, like I said, the minute I got that email, that date was saved. And I just cannot wait. I'm truly counting down. I can't believe we're less than halfway there because
I know. I'm
almost the end of August.
Yeah. I want to go off on a tangent a little bit. And since I don't have a store anymore, I want you all to know that I have no skin in the game in this, but if fat people can possibly buy things at full price and not always when it's on discount racks or closeouts, and I know that's very hard because a lot of us don't get paid well because we know we're considered whatever, we're fat, so it's hard to get jobs and really good jobs, and we're just kind of a member of a marginalized community. We're women a lot of times, and anyway, I know it's hard to buy things full price, but if you can, it sends a different kind of message to the designers and the creators of all this stuff that, oh, they're going to buy this full price. Wow, this must be good. You know, like if you they don't, once it gets to the closeout rack, it doesn't really get tracked anymore. And if you don't buy things at full price, it kind of gives them a message. Oh, this might not be the right thing. And it's hard because, you know, things are so expensive right now. And I know that
sounds so expensive. Yeah. Things are so expensive, but every day a new brand closes, right? We just saw Mara Hoffman close down. I think Fashion to Figure's on its way out. We're seeing brands like Meow, you know, stop extended sizing. And extended, by the way, was like even just to 1 or 2X. But it is really, really important, again, where you put your money. It just, it does matter. And so I think it's about sort of like prioritizing your investments and like seeing where your money does fall and whether it's that you go to Starbucks every single day and it doesn't seem like a big deal, or maybe you are shopping, I don't know, wherever it is. I think really trying to like prioritize where you want to see your money. I know when Anthropology launched Plus, I went in and I, charged up my credit card as much as I could because I wanted them to know we're here and we want this close. But obviously, we are in uncertain times right now. It always is around an election. We know this. And so, at least for the Plus Bus, most of the things you're buying here are going to be 50% off of retail. So at least if you support a business like ours, you're getting it secondhand. It's sustainable, and you are getting it on a discount. But the reality is that we do need those people that can afford to shop at Anthropology, like you said, to buy at full price, wear it if you charge, bring it to the Plus Bus, and then that's how we keep it going,
Exactly.
It is really hard. And I mean, even with tickets to the pool party, it's like it is an invest. I say it's an investment because people are going to Taylor Swift, people went to Beyonce, and I know a lot of fat people went to those concerts. And so we just have to prioritize. It's like going to FatCon. It's like buying your ticket to an event like this. That investment in yourself and in your mental health, because this is fat community is about our mental health. It's worth every penny.
Gosh, I know here we have a group called Fat Brunch, and when we go out to lunch together, and there's like 12 or 15 of us, and everybody's staring, I love it.
Like, we just went out on Saturday night. We went out with the Fat Brunch crew. I was in NorCal, and we went out to pizza. There were 5 of us. We had the best time, just drinking beer and eating pizza and talking about all sorts of things and being fat. And I think sharing common stories, hey, this happened to me and that felt kind of weird. And having people go, that was weird and we're sorry that happened, being able to say, let's move tables so that these chairs are more comfortable. I think all of that is so important. And if you don't have a group near you, not only one, am I sorry, but number 2, if you have it in you, start it. Because I have so many travelers that come through the Plus Bus every day. I'm like, where are my LA people? The person is on a vacation and they're like, I'm going to Disneyland, I'm going to Hollywood, and then I'm coming to the Plus Bus. So that's my plan for LA.
That's so cool.
And but I tell them when they ask me, like, I want to find fat community in my town. If I don't know already of something that exists there, I encourage them, and I would encourage you, if you're watching this, start. Even if there's one person, you don't know that you're not meeting like the next best friend of your life. Because I love my fat community so much.
Me too. And since I did have that boutique, I have such an amazing fat community. I have so many fat friends, and I just learned so much from all of them, and from like the fat liberationists like Tigress and Marilyn and Reagan and all the people that came before me, and which there was a lot. It's been going on for a long time. I've only been involved for about 15 or 20 years, but I'm so grateful to all of them, and just it's amazing. And also, by the way, we are the majority of the population, so most things should be catered to us, but we know it's not yet. But it's coming. But before we end, Marcy, I want everybody to know how to find you. I know you're on Instagram at Plus Bus. You're on Facebook as Plus Bus. Are you on, what else are you on? Are you Threads?
Yeah, our Threads. Our website is theplusbus.com. You can find me. I'm the Marcy Minute on Instagram, and we're the Plus Bus Boutique on Instagram as well. We're on TikTok. We're on all of the socials. So if you want more fat content in your feed, definitely follow us. And if you're in LA, come shop. If you're not, see our stories and or make a cyber styling appointment. But I thank you so much, Crystal. I'm excited to see you in January if I don't see you sooner. And if you can get your booty to LA September 14th.
It sounds like fun. Oh, actually, I have another commitment that day. But I wanted to say, too, if anybody who's listening, if you can't spend money like with Marcy or with My Sex Toys or whatever, another thing you can do that's really helpful for small businesses is to share our posts. Comment on our post, and if you leave a comment, try to make it like 5 or 6 words so it looks like we're not just saying, well, that's cool for the algo. Try to write it like a human and let other people know what you're thinking. It's so valuable. I always say like a share is worth about $25 in my wallet. A comment is worth about $10 in my wallet. A like is worth about $5. It's so valuable because you're going to share. If you share something Marcy has, all your people are going to see it and go like, what is this? and they start liking it, it's really important. It's so hard to stay in business these days. So whatever you can do to help independent business owners like Marcy and me is really helpful. So Marcy,
Absolutely.
you're so awesome. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad that you guys exist because it's so important. And it's LA is really tough too, because like
It's wild out here,
a lot of
but
diet
we
culture, right?
do. Oh well, diet
Yeah.
culture. Yeah, it's definitely a wild time right now.
Yeah.
But we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. Fat people are always going to exist,
Yeah.
and I just like to say, dress the skin you're in. Style has no size, and ultimately, we can work on our mental health and how we feel from sort of the outside in. When you look good, you feel good. And I think that, it's really important to prioritize that. I was with someone yesterday cleaning out her closet because I will do house calls, and we got rid of a lot of stuff that doesn't make her feel great. And
Yeah.
I think that's a really you're the best investment you can make. And
Right.
sometimes, even though it feels silly, clothes is an investment.
Oh,
So
for sure. And it helps
thank
you,
you
gives you a
for
better
your time.
attitude when you walk out the door, but you're so welcome.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Marcy. Thanks for everything. And yeah, hope to see you all at FatCon, fatcon.org. And then I forget what Philly FatCon's address is, but if you're on the East Coast, you might also want to check out Philly FatCon. And they're both going to be amazing events. It's just so much fun. So have a good night. I really appreciate you, Marcy. Take care.
Bye, Crystal.
Bye.